Hello everyone. Welcome to our webinar. And today we're here. It's me, Anek. I believe you know me already. And I'm here with my colleague Masha, who is also our alumni. Our alumni, I mean alumni of the Institute for Language and Preparatory Studies of Charles University. So, and today you're watching our webinar about to get how to get you are going to get some tips how to choose the foundation program if you are looking for one in the Czech Republic. I believe you already can see Masha, and maybe even you can see our presentation. Am I right? Just a second, and you're going to see it. But Masha can wave. We can wave still.
Yeah, hello everyone. So today we're gonna guide you through the tips and pieces of advice that we prepared for you to choose a foundation program for your future studies.
Yeah. Next slide, please.
Okay, so you can see the presentation now. Yeah. So without further ado, we can start. Right. So a short mention of what we're going to go through today. We will talk about how to assess reputation of educational institution. So when you are choosing the foundation programs, you will have a lot of possible options. You will have a lot to choose from. And we're going to guide you through the choosing process. We're going to give you some tips, what to pay attention to when you're choosing a foundation program that you will be applying for, and some tricks that are that you can possibly encounter when trying to make this choice.
Masha, then we're gonna unexpected question from me.
Yes.
Why can we do it? Why can we guide people through this? We are Institute for Language and Preparatory Studies of Charles University. Why we are able to guide them?
We are able to guide you precisely because we are one of the organizations who provide you with this preparatory or with this foundation programs, and we are experts in the field. We know what the students who are coming to study at preparation and foundation programs require, and we know all the small details that you need to consider when making your choice. Right. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So we're also going to mention some tricky parts about the cost of the programs because there are some hidden tricks as well. Then we're going to talk about the education process itself, because all the organizations that provide foundation programs differ in terms of what is included in the programs. And finally, we're going to talk about some more specific features of the courses that you need to consider as well. So now, again, let me return to why we can say that we are the people who have the right to give you this piece of advice. First, and one of the most important things is that you need to consider the experience that the organization has in providing foundation programs for students. And in our case, it is more than 50 years of experience. We have been teaching students from all over the world and preparing them to pass the entrance exams to the universities and to actually study, to actually be prepared, not just to pass the exams, but to actually stay and be able to manage with the study load that you get at the university itself. One of the things that come hand in hand with experience is reputation, because, well, if you have been preparing students who successfully passed the entrance exams and who successfully even completed their studies at universities, you get some sort of reputation, right? So it means that you are able actually to prepare the people for this path, for their future studies. And another thing that reputation consists of, so besides how long the organization has existed and has been preparing students successfully, there is this thing of cooperation with some other universities and with some other organizations in the study field. And when choosing foundation programs, you need to ask yourself which specialized associations does the institution that provides the foundation program cooperate with? Are they engaging with some associations? And the answer for our preparatory foundation programs is that yes, we do. And actually, there's a lot of associations that we are a part of. And you can check all of the associations by scanning this QR code that you can see on the slide. Those are just some of them that we felt like mentioning in here, but you can dive deeper into that if you just scan the QR code that you can see on the slide. Yes,
just
Anek.
maybe just put some stress on this ALTE. You can see their logo also on this slide. ALTE is the organization of the like it's the European organization, which association of organizations which provide language testing for European languages. It means that we are part of the family with the Cervantes Institute of Spain, Goethe Institute of Germany, Alliance Française of France, and so on and so on. So we are the part of this big family. We are the representatives of the Czech Republic in this association.
Thank you, Anek. Right. All right, so I've already mentioned collaboration with universities as well. So you should ask the institution that advertises foundation programs. Do check universities actually recognize the results of studies and exams that this institution provides. And in our case, the answer is yes. The exams and the studies that you go through when studying at the Institute for Language and Preparatory Studies. The results are recognized by many universities around the whole country, around the whole Czech Republic. You can see like this teeny tiny list because it is, and you cannot actually see the names of the universities because it is actually so big that it just didn't fit into the slide. But if you can see there, the blue lines there are the names of the universities, and then you can see the list of the faculties. And to be able to take a better look at that, you can also scan the QR code here and you will see the whole table. So we don't only cooperate with Charles University, which we are a part of, but we also work in collaboration with other universities in Prague and in other cities of the Czech Republic. So you will be assured to be able to provide the results of your exams, and the knowledge that you get at the foundation programs will be sufficient to study at all of these universities and more. So now let's talk about the price. So what questions should you ask about the price when you see that some organization that is organizing foundation programs is posting the prices for these programs at their website? You need to ask the question about the cost of academic hours, not the courses themselves, because there can be a big difference when, for example, let's say you have a cost that you have a cost of, I don't know, let's say 5,000 euros. And then the organization provides, I don't know, 10 academic hours per week through, let's say, an academic year. And then you have courses that cost more, for example, I don't know, 7,000 euros per course, but they actually provide 25 academic hours per week. So you can see that even though the cost of the course is higher, the amount of time, of study time that you get for the same amount of money, if you calculate that, is actually more. So the point is to count the price of an academic hour, because this can be a tricky thing for some of the organizations. They just put emphasis on a lower price at the expense of you getting less academic hours. And here you can see a calculation for our institution, for our foundation programs. You can see the different types of foundation programs and how much one academic hour will cost you if you choose this program. You can see the average. So the average price for all our foundation programs altogether is 5.94 euros. And then you can compare it to the other institutions. I don't know if they have it calculated already, but you can easily do that by checking the price of the course and then dividing it by the amount of academic hours that you get. Right. And now, why do you even need to care about the number of hours? Okay, so why don't I just save money and spend 5,000 crowns instead of 7,000? I will save money, and why bother counting all of that? Why does it make sense? The question that you should ask the institution is how many academic hours they suggest, because the academic hours mean how well prepared you will be for the entrance exams and for the future studies at the university that the foundation programs prepares you for. Right? So when you get 10 hours a week, fine, okay, you still get something. But if you get 25 hours a week, it is certainly better for you in terms of how much knowledge you actually get and how well prepared you are for your future studies. So again, we are pretty open about that. We always provide information about how many academic hours are included into each of the foundation programs that we provide you with. And you can actually choose the suitable programs depending of how many academic hours you require to meet your goal, because for all of you, you will have different goals, different needs, different background even, because you might be coming from different countries. You might have you might have different mother tongues. And for example, if your mother tongue is from the Slavic family, you will not require as many academic hours as when your mother tongue is, I don't know, like Chinese or Norwegian, let's say, right? So you will, it will depend on your background. Also, it will depend on what your goal is, what you are preparing for. It will depend on your future program, etc., etc. So a lot of factors that you need to consider, and we have all of them covered in different programs. You need to, yeah.
If I may, I just
Sure.
want to add that you can use actually our academic hours as kind of reference point, because as we already told, we are the Institute for Language and Preparatory Studies. We're not just some kind of language school or something like that. We really do science here. So all these numbers, it's not just numbers. It's scientifically got numbers. So within all these more than 50 years of our experience, we got these numbers from our experience, from what we see, what we see, how from assessment of the results of the students from different countries, and so on. So here it's not really understandable why each program has this amount of hours. From this slide, it's not really visible. But if you go to our website and you will check what program has as its goals and what sets as a goal and what program has inside what is in what is the what are the specific subjects, what are the amount of hours for the language studies and so on, you will see it's really kind of math that we did for you already. So you can use it as a reference point when you compare us to some other foundation programs. So it will help you to choose one.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Anik. Right. So now, sorry. Yeah. Now we're going to talk about what influences the cost of an academic hour. So, okay, now we know the cost. We know the cost of the course. We know the cost of an academic hour. We know how many hours are there. But why is the cost different? So, the cost fee, the course fee can differ on many factors. One of them is whether the documents and the assistance with these documents are included in the cost already. So the question that you need to ask the institution is, where can I find all the services that are included in the course fee? For our institution, we have a policy of maximum transparency in this, and you can actually see all the things that you will be needing to study at the foundation programs in advance, and you will see everything that is included in the price of the course. So as you probably know from life experience already, sometimes you need to sign some documents, or you need to choose something when you are looking for service or a product, and then when you see the prices, you can find these asterisks, meaning like this sign somewhere. And our policy is that we don't have this. We don't have any asterisks. We clearly state what is included in the price of the course, what influences how much our foundation programs cost you. So if you scan this QR code, you can actually see what the prices include. You will see that they include a sample of the study contract, and you will also find payment instructions. You will find payment and cancellation terms, and you should really look into all of that when choosing an institution that provides the foundation programs, because sometimes the surprises that you can meet can be quite unfortunate in terms of how much money you spend, because if there are some asterisks, you might end up in a situation when you rely on the fact that you will pay a certain amount of money, and that's it, that's enough. So you are happy that you have saved some of it, but then you actually arrive at the Czech Republic and you find out that actually this thing wasn't included, this thing wasn't included as well, this thing wasn't included in the price as well, and you were not aware of it because you simply didn't notice the asterisks, and you didn't, the provider of the foundation programs was not as transparent as they should have been. So again, need to pay attention to this one. Now, one of the things that constitute the price of the course is textbooks. So the question that you should ask the institution that provides the foundation course, are the textbooks included in the course fee, or do I have to buy them when I arrive? So that's something that I've already mentioned. One of the things that you can discover when you arrive at the country, at the Czech Republic, and you are preparing to start the foundation program, is that you have to suddenly buy a list of textbooks, and you need to pay sometimes around 10,000 crowns for all of these study materials. And if you ask the Institute of Language of Preparatory Studies of Charles University, we will answer that all the textbooks that our students require during their foundation programs, all these textbooks are already included in the prices that you can see on our website. So there are no additional fees that students will have to pay for textbooks or any other study materials after their arrival. So everything is already in the price, and there are no surprises like, okay, so yeah, you already paid for this first part of the textbook, so now we're done with it, please pay for the second part. No, there is no such thing. Everything is already included. You don't have to buy any additional workbooks. You don't even have to buy any licenses or software. So everything that you require for the foundation programs is already in the price.
Yeah, and you will also get our unique study materials that you cannot actually buy in any shop, bookshop, or you cannot find in any library, because our institute, we design each year new study materials, like unique study materials for our teachers to teach students. So this is also already included in the price.
So even if you wanted to spend some additional money on some study materials, you wouldn't be able to in this case. All right. So another thing that is or that can be included in the price, and you actually need to find out whether it is or not, is consultant support included in the fee. And actually, what is the consultant support the organization provides you with? Because it can differ as well. For our institute, is that the answer is that consultant support is indeed included in the fee already. You don't need to pay extra for that, and it is included in the fee for all of the foundation programs that we have. So the types that you saw on one of the previous slides, all of them, no exceptions, include the consultant support that is provided for each of the study centers that we have. We have separate people whose responsibility is to guide you through your life in the Czech Republic, through some documents issues, through the application process, through choosing what to study after the foundation programs, through the recognition of your school certificate or diploma of some university that you graduated from in your country. This process is called nostrification, that you can see here. And also they will be available if you have any further questions. So they will be always ready to help you with anything that you can come up with and that you can theoretically have difficulties with. Because again, I want to repeat myself, we have 50 years of experience helping students with these problems. So when you arrive at some problem, there is a really big chance that we have already dealt with this before, and we know how to help you exactly to solve any problem that you can encounter. Okay, so the next important questions is how Czech language learning is actually organized, what the lessons look like, and what does the foundation program look like. So the question for the organization is, how is a regular lesson organized and what exactly is taught? So for our institution, we can say that, again, the lessons are prepared with based on many years of experience. We know what works for different types of students. The students that have studied at our institution were very versatile, and we were able to choose the methods, the techniques that work for them, and we also keep developing the methods and techniques. We are keeping them modern, keeping them up to date. Our teachers are trained by professional methodologists, and our teachers also make sure that all the language competences are developed in each of the lessons. So all of the language aspects that you can have: listening, speaking, writing, etc., etc. And things that we want to mention separately is that we have phonetics. So we have even special lessons for pronunciation practice, because Czech language pronunciation can be quite tricky in many aspects that I will not dive deep into. Otherwise, we could have another seminar on the phonetics of Czech language. So I'm just gonna say that there are parts that are particularly hard for all foreigners, no matter where you come from. It will take you some time to practice to actually get the pronunciation right, so that people can actually understand you. So we pay attention to that as well. And also another important thing. So this one focuses on your output, about things that you produce, but we are also focused on the input. So what you perceive, and we're making sure that you can actually, like, after you finish the foundation programs, we are focusing on the fact that you can actually understand what people are saying to you. And to ensure that, our lessons are taught by different people, so that you don't get used. I think if you are listening to me right now, and I have a certain accent in English, because English is not my native language, but probably you can, hopefully you can still understand me, and hopefully you can understand Anek, who has a slightly different accent, because he has a slightly different background than I do. And what I want to emphasize by making this comparison is that when you talk to Czech people, even though they are all from the same country, they will have different pronunciation as well. They will have different speech tempo. They will have maybe regional differences, or they will have their own habits of speaking the language. And that's why we're trying to prepare you for being able to communicate and to understand different people who are addressing you in Czech. So you need to be in contact with more than one person, so that you don't get used to a certain pronunciation, and you have a chance to experience different Czech. Let's say it is the same language, but then when it is pronounced by a different person, it will be even slightly different. But you need to be prepared for that as well. And we really find that useful, and we pay attention to that in our course, in our preparatory programs and foundation programs. Okay, so now let's talk about another thing that can be, but is not always actually included in the price of foundation programs. Specialized subjects. So the questions that you need to ask the institution: are specialized subjects included in the course fee? What language are specialized subjects taught in? What specialized subjects are included in the course? What is each of them for? So sometimes, even though you need some specialized subjects to prepare for the university studies, you just don't have them. You just don't have them. The institution just doesn't provide you with them. So
I have
you
a
need
story.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a story about that.
Yeah, please.
It's ridiculous. The story is ridiculous completely. The
Hmm.
specialized subject is what makes the foundation actually, yeah?
Yeah,
Because without specialized subjects, it's just a language course, which is okay, which
exactly.
is great to have a quality if it's really good language course, it's quite okay, but still it's not the foundation. The friend of mine, she decided to buy uh, the the course, the foundation course, so-called foundation course from one of the schools here in the Czech Republic, and she was going to get this foundation to study the medicine later on in Czech University, and she had specialized subjects within the first month of the
Hmm.
foundation course, and then the study stopped. And the curators, the management of the courses, they told her that it was just a tester. She bought the tester the first month, and if she liked it, she can buy the rest of the course. Otherwise, she will have only Czech language.
No,
That's mind-blowing thing. It's and
it is.
it can happen here if you buy something which is really cheap. It means that most probably you won't get what you want.
Hmm.
So be careful. Be aware of that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So exactly, you need to pay attention whether there are specialized subjects at all, and if they are there, whether you are paying for only a month, like in Annex story, or a longer period of time. So yeah, even like if you know that the institution actually provides the specialized subjects, you need to make sure that they are included in the fee, and that the whole period the of studying specialized subjects at the foundation programs is included in that fee. The next question, what languages are specialized subjects taught in? Also, you need to make sure that the specialized subjects are taught in the language that you will have them at the university, which is your target, right? So if you want to study, let's say the same thing, medicine in Czech at the university, you need to make sure that specialized subjects are taught in Czech. If you want to study medicine in English, you need to make sure that specialized subjects, and for in the case of medicine, it will be chemistry, biology, maybe medical ethics, etc., etc. So you need to make sure that they are taught in English if you're applying for English program, and in Czech if you're applying for a Czech language program. Then actually I've already mentioned that for medicine is certain subjects like biology, physics as well, biology, physics, chemistry. But depending on the field of your future studies, you need to make sure that the foundation program that you are opting for has exactly what you need for a certain field. So you cannot study biology and chemistry at the foundation program when you want to prepare to be admitted to, I don't know,
Humanities.
IT, yeah, IT or humanities or economics, for example,
Yeah,
right? You
yeah.
will have a completely different set of specialized subjects. So you need to make sure that the institute that you are choosing provides you with the exact list of the subjects that you will be able to study there, besides the language.
Yeah, I have two more fun stories about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Let's go. Let's listen to them.
The last one is from yesterday. One of the family from Ukraine, they want to buy the foundation course for their child, and they told me that for in and it's for medicine, and they told me that in another language school, in some language school, they were told that there will be biology, chemistry, and mathematics, which is weird because they need biology, chemistry, and physics, not mathematics. What for they are going to teach them mathematics, I don't know. So that's what I answered. I don't know why they need mathematics for
Counting
medicine.
salary.
For medicine, maybe, yeah. Like I don't say that you don't need mathematics at all. You need it maybe even in humanities, but it's not what prepares you for the entrance exams and for the further study. It's not the subjects that you need. And another story is one of the schools here, also in the Czech Republic, they taught specialized subjects in Russian language
Mm-hmm.
of the first half of the year, the first half of the course,
Mm-hmm.
the first semester, they taught it in Russian, and they present it as a kind of benefit that you came from a Russian speaking country. Okay, you will be taught in Russian. It's like, why? You need all this knowledge in Czech language. It was about the Czech foundation.
Mm-hmm.
You need
Mm-hmm.
the students, they need all this knowledge in Czech, but they were taught in Russian, and they presented as a kind of benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Strange stories.
Yeah,
I
that
have I
is.
have a lot of them.
You have a lot of them, yeah, of course you do. So exactly, this sounds really strange because actually your entrance exams will not be in Russian, your studies at the university will not be in Russian, so it doesn't really make sense to learn because you need to learn the terms and you need to be able to think about the subject in the target language, not in your mother tongue, as in the story that Anik has just told. Right. And then the last point before I move on is that, okay, so you've asked the institution about the courses, you know that they are taught in a particular language and there is this, and this subject, but you need to know also what is actually, what these subjects are about. And what is each of them for. So like Anik has told us just now what is mathematics for when it comes to medical foundation programs. And then if you are preparing for, I don't know, I was preparing for English language studies, and I would really question it if uh, chemistry was included would have been included in the list. I would be like, no, I don't think I need that, or I hope I don't need that at my entrance exam. So you actually need to think, okay, why is each of the subjects in the list? Why do I need them? Will they be there at the entrance exams, and will I need them during my university studies after the foundation program? Yeah, so the answer for our institution, or rather answers for all of these questions, is that all specialized subjects that your future studies will require from you, all of the subjects are already included in the course. So again, I will mention the maximum transparency of the price and the fact that everything is already included in the course fee. And as you have probably figured, the specialized subjects that we teach are taught in the target language from the very beginning. So you don't get a semester of specialized subjects taught in your mother tongue. No, you from the beginning are exposed to the target language, whether it be Czech or English. Again, we make sure that that you know the terms that are used in specialized subjects in the language of your future university studies. And we also make sure that there is a different set of specialized subjects for each of the fields. So you will not encounter such things that we have the same specialized subjects for all of the fields that we are preparing for. No, for each of the fields it will be different. And again, if you visit our website, you can actually see what set of specialized subjects is there for each of the fields that you have foundation programs for. And then another important thing about our foundation programs is that the content of the specialized subjects does not only prepare you for the entrance exams, but it also prepares you for your future university studies. So if you go through the foundation programs, it will not only give you more certainty in terms of whether you pass the entrance exams or not, but it will also prepare you for at least the first or even a few years of the beginning of your university studies, so that it's actually easier for you to start a new stage of life, let's say, because university, like transitioning into from your home country to studying at a university in a foreign country can be a big challenge for many people, and we ensure that we make this transition as smoother as we can by preparing you for the studies in the university as well. So, for example, the knowledge that I got during my foundation program, I like used some of this knowledge during my first and even my second year. I was like, okay, yeah, we actually talked about that in this and this and this specialized subject, and I can actually remember stuff from that, and I can now use it and feel more confident during one of the seminars that I had. Right. Now let's talk about the aim of the course. So the question here is, what is the aim of the course? What is the aim of the foundation program? To complete the foundation program itself or to enter a university? And the answer for us is that, again, I have just been talking about that for a long time. But again, it's not just to complete the foundation program. It's not just to enter the university, but it's also to stay at the university and be prepared for studying there. Here, I really love this comparison. So you can perceive the foundation program as a springboard that we allow you to push off, to push off and actually like jump or here fly towards your goal of the higher education and even future career, right? So it will be a good start, something that will make you more confident, and something that will make you more experienced in the field, and something that will just lower the pressure that is put on you. All right. So another thing that I have already touched upon but didn't really quite go deep into is teachers and methodologists. So here you have, a teacher is not just a person with a book. Of course not. Of course it isn't. I, as a teacher myself, I can certainly agree with this. There is so much more than just knowing the materials that you are teaching. You cannot teach people things. Like I don't want to say you cannot teach people anything, because some people are naturally very good students, but for most of the people it would require additional work, specifically some methodological training to be able to properly teach someone. And the question that you should ask an institution in this case is, how is methodological work organized? How are the teachers trained? What is there behind the teachers? What is there behind the lessons? What is the system, and how? What is the methodological aspect of all of this? And we have a lot of answers for this one simple question. Is the answers are that we have actually a specialized methodological and professional center that reviews all the foundation programs, that as Anik mentioned, that there is some research behind the data about how many hours you need, what should be included in these hours, what should be included in the lessons, what ways of teaching the language and the materials of specialized subjects are more effective than other methods, what methods we should use, how we should develop the foundation programs, how we should train our teachers, what we should include in their training. And the teachers are constantly requalified. They are constantly supervised by the professionals who are experts in the field of methodology. So they are advised how to make their classes the most effective. And teachers constantly go through this, because being a teacher, it means constantly working on yourself, on the ways that you are teaching. And we make sure that our teachers have an opportunity to actually receive additional trainings, because the methodology of teaching anything, and languages in particularly, it just evolves every day. We get something new, and we actually do some research of what parts of that can actually work in a classroom to prepare you. I mentioned the teachers, I mentioned the content of the lessons, and yeah, I need to mention curricula as well. So the other thing that it influences is actually the contents of the course and the contents of the textbooks that we use. So again, you cannot really use a textbook that was written, I don't know, 50 years ago. You need to constantly revise your materials that you're using to teach someone something. You need to include new information. You need to base the course on what has been researched about the field of teaching and methodology in the past, I don't know, at least a few decades. You cannot just use something from the old ages and be fine with that because it worked before. Because we as people evolve as well. So we need to make sure that the materials that we learn from evolve together with us. And at our institution, we take really good care of it and make sure that all of the materials, all the knowledge of our teachers is up to date, and it doesn't get stuck at a certain point. It is always evolving and on trend, but at the same time relying on this experience that we have.
Even though we have more than 50 years of experience,
Yes, yes.
we are not conservative in this point.
Yeah. In this point, we don't say like, okay, yeah, it worked 50 years ago, it will work now. No, because the world is changing, and we need to change with the world. Otherwise, we'll just get stuck somewhere and won't get anywhere else. Right. So this concerns these asterisks that I mentioned as well. And this is the topic of refound terms and conditions. So it can happen, theoretically, that there might arise a situation when you will have to cancel your participation in a foundation program for various reasons and at various stages. So you can say just, oh, well, I don't feel like that. I don't want to come anymore. Or there can be like, I don't know, a family situation or like economic or anything, visa, something like that. A lot of things can happen, and you can just simply change your mind. That's it. That's okay as well. But you need to be prepared for that in advance. Even if you are absolutely sure that you will be coming, you still need to learn what the refund terms and conditions are, and you need to ask the institution what these conditions are. For example, if you are denied a visa, what then? What happens then? What happens next? What is their answer? Like, do you get money back? Do you not get money back? What is happening with the foundation program? And what reasons are actually acceptable, right? Okay, so for example, an institution can be fine with, like, if they receive that receive some confirmation that you've been denied a visa. But then if you have some other problem that is also quite urgent and important, but it is just not included in the list of the reasons accepted by the institution, then sorry, but you will not get the refund and or anything. So you need to learn about this in advance to be prepared for any possible outcome. And then if you know the reasons, you actually need to know how much money will be refunded, right? So yeah, you can have like a list of reasons, this, and this counts as an excuse for the foundation program cancellation. But then how much money do you actually get when this happens? Do you get 5% in refund or 95% refund? There is like a big gap, and I think you would prefer to get a 95% refund, not the 5% one. Or like you can be a very generous person and just say like, yeah, I really want this institution to have all of my money and not get any refund, but I don't think that's likely. So I think you will have to find out in advance, and you will want to actually consider and like count, okay, yeah, I will be refunded this and this and this amount of money if I happen to cancel the foundation program. So for our institution, again, there is maximum transparency even in terms of the refund terms and conditions. You can scan the QR code that you can see on the slide and check the answers to all of these questions. So you can see all the cancellation terms that we have personally, and you will also find the information about getting a 95% refund of the course cost. So in our case, you already know the answer to the last question, but besides that, you will also find a sample of the study contract and payment instructions. So you'll have more clarity in terms of what happens, like how you're paying for the course and what refund you are getting if you end up canceling participation in the foundation program.
Yep, just maybe one more tip from my experience and from experience of other students, like foreign students in the Czech Republic. The more flexible the payment conditions are, usually, the less chance that you will get any money back. It's like the school provides you, like they say, okay, just pay us like, I don't know, 5 or 10% or 15% of the course cost, and you will get all the visa documents and something like that, And that's, maybe it can be true. They really will send you the documents for your visa, but then in case of the visa denial, which is quite possible because if the Czech state authorities, these visa officers, they know about this school, that it provides papers to literally anyone who will pay just like, I don't know, 500 euro or something like that. The less, let's say, the less trustful these documents are. So these Czech authorities, they will go deep into these documents, and they will most probably will be very suspicious about these documents. So the risk of the visa denial will be higher. So if these payment conditions are really flexible, it's like, okay, like 10%, then 15%, then you can pay these and these, and then so the possibility that the risk that you won't get anything back in case of any fail is really high. So it's just like from my experience. I cannot say that it's 100% like that, but this is what I see from what I know from my friends and from other students.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much for this addition. I think it is really important to keep that in mind. All right. another important aspect, cultural and social adaptation. And what we mean by that is that you have to ask the institution whether the course will help you to adapt to the life in the Czech Republic. What we mean by this question is that not all of your stay in the Czech Republic will be just studying. There will be something else, right? So we're not robots. We cannot do the same thing through our day. We have other things than just studying or just preparing for entrance exams, just preparing for the first, second year of university. So we have needs. We have needs in our leisure time, and we need to socialize as well. We need to just experience the life in the country where we are at. And the life in the country, in the Czech Republic, might be very or slightly different from the life in your hometown. And sometimes it can even cause some like cultural shock or just some difficulties with your adaptation. So you want to make sure that somebody helps you to go through this adaptation process as smoothly as you possibly can, because it can happen like the ways you can go through this process are quite versatile, and for some of people it will go just quietly, peacefully, without any cultural shocks, etc. But for some people it will include some of that, and to minimize the pressure on your nervous system, you need to make sure that the some sort of adaptation is provided. So for us, we actually have the adaptation course at the beginning of the studies at the foundation programs. We introduce you to the Czech culture, to the education system in the Czech Republic, because oh my god, education system in the Czech Republic, don't even get me started on that. I have like this special, like even together with my bachelor's diploma, I received a huge table of education system in the Czech Republic in case I decide to go abroad and my education will have to be recognized. My diploma goes together with a printed out scheme that has all of the varieties of educational institutions available to study in this country, and their sort of like international equivalents. So this is the thing that we will guide you through, because otherwise it can be quite overwhelming for some people, because like for example, it was a bit overwhelming for me because some of it differs from what I was used to in my home country, and it might be quite different to what you have in your country as well. So we will actually introduce this system and try to at least explain it in a way so that you are more comfortable with it in the long term. Because if you are coming for the foundation program, you will probably encounter like the education system, and you just need to know where you're going next, what you are doing with your education as a next step after the foundation program. We'll have webinars on etiquette and customs. So another thing for socializations. Okay, so let's put the studies aside. Again, as I mentioned, you need to somehow communicate with people. You need to socialize. You need to communicate with shop assistants. You need to communicate with the country authorities. You need to communicate to, for example, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. You need to communicate with people in the street. You just meet someone and the person asks you for directions, or you meet someone and they just blow your nose right in front of you. And for some people, it will not be a surprise. They will be like, okay. And for some people, it can be a shock. Like, why are they doing that? Why are they not leaving to blow their nose. And this is exactly what you talk about at this webinars on etiquette and customs, because some of them can be quite surprising for the foreigners who are not used to particular aspects of the Czech culture. So just, you need to be somehow more prepared to interact with Czech people. Yeah, and Czech culture again. So Prague itself and the country in general is very, very beautiful. There are a lot of landmarks and cultural heritage all over the country. And if you're here, you'll have a beautiful chance to explore all of that. And we will try to introduce you to some of the parts of the culture that we have here, so that you are aware of the country where you're at. And because some of these things are also connected somehow to the language, and you cannot really, like, I hold this opinion that you can't fully understand the language of the country if you don't really know anything about the country's culture. Yeah, and also holidays and traditions. So again, there are some specific, for example, specific rules about the holidays. And we have upcoming Easter holidays, which means that the supermarkets or like any shops that have more than 200 square meters of I forgot, but that are more than 200 and 200 square meters in size, they will be just closed for the holidays. This is a state rule, and you cannot really go around it. And people who arrive need to be prepared for holidays for this very reason. So imagine you don't have any...
And it's like 4 days.
Yeah, and it's 4 days. So imagine you don't have any bread and milk during these 4 days, or anything else that you find like compulsory to eat every day, and then you just end up in the situations where you're like, okay, there are some smaller shops, but it's still inconvenient, and sometimes you just want to go and have something else, and you can't really, and you need to prepare for that. Yeah. So again, excursions, educational and entertaining, all of that I've already mentioned. Culture, and also transitioning from the school life to the university life. So getting used to independent life, like the foundation programs will provide some space that will make this transition less painful, let's say. And now, what else is there to think about? So behind the things that I have already mentioned, you need to ask, what are the benefits of studying at this particular institution? So for us, it's also, besides all of the things that were mentioned before, it's infrastructure. Our Institute of Language and Preparatory Studies is a part of Charles University. So the students have access to all the facilities provided by the university. So you automatically get access to pan-European internet network EduRoam. You'll be automatically connected to Wi-Fi at any educational institutions you go to, not just in the Czech Republic, but for example, if you travel to Germany and you're standing near some university, you will be connected to EduRoam automatically as well. Then you'll get access to libraries of all of the faculties of Charles universities. You will not have to pay for the access, and you will be able to take books from all the libraries. So just like, I don't know, library at the Faculty of Arts, at the Faculty of Education, etc., all the materials from libraries that you can possibly need will be available for you. And then you'll also have, I have already mentioned that, licenses for the university software. So anything that you require for your studies, and sometimes more, will be available for you if Charles University has a license for that. So anything that Charles University has a license for will be available for you as well.
Yeah, and one more thing here, I forgot to get it to add it on this slide. Speaking about the social and cultural adaptation, the university itself has its own program for social and cultural adaptation. So apart from the special program that we prepare only for our students, for students of our Institute for Language and Preparatory Studies, you will be also encouraged to take part in these events that provided by university within the whole year.
Yes, thank you, Anik. Right. Mhm. All right, logical timing, which is not my strong feature today. Logical timing, the foundation program, both by its name and from the legislation point of view, is the foundation for further studies at the university. So again, I have already mentioned the foundation program being a transition from your previous studies to the next part of your studies. And besides it being a transition, you need to ask, what are the stages of this transitional bridge? What are the stages of the academic year in a foundation program, and how is the transition from the course to a university organized? So our answer to that is that our foundation programs allow for timely nostrification, for example. So the nostrification is, again, recognition of your previous education certificate or diploma in the Czech Republic. And it is a very long process. I can say, like, not particularly long, but it requires sometimes several months to actually get it done. And you need to start it in advance, because your future university will most likely require that, and you need to have the notification done in time. So we make sure that you don't worry about getting it done too late. Then uh, university application process also takes some time. You need to apply to universities in advance, and we actually guide you through that. We tell you when the deadlines for the applications are, because for different fields, different universities, and different faculties, the deadlines are different, and we tell you what the difference is, and when approximately you should start to apply for the universities. Also, we make sure that you have the necessary knowledge for the exams in time for the exam. So, for example, there are some organizations that start their course a bit later in the academic year, so not in autumn, but let's say like in winter, and then they finish by September. So they finish sometime in August. But the thing that you need to keep in mind is that the entrance exams are usually held late spring or June. So you need to have a certain amount of knowledge for the entrance exams. And if your course is still not finishing till this point, you actually don't have enough knowledge to successfully pass the entrance exams. So we make sure that the timing is aligned with the application process and the entrance exams process as well. And then the course also fully meets the requirements for obtaining a student visa. It's 10 or 12 months, for 10 or 12 months, and the smooth extension after university admission. So again, we make sure that you have enough time to prolong your stay in the Czech Republic, and we make sure that you don't have to worry about the course ending, and then you don't have this like months that you need to be in the Czech Republic, but you actually don't have the residence permit for this time. So we also think about that and keep that in mind. What the documents situation should be like. Okay. Um, Again, everything
Yeah,
that we
it's
have.
yeah,
It
it's the
is just
last
a
it's the last
just a
slide
revision.
already.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everything that you need is already included in the price of the course. Again, no asterisks, no unexpected payments. Everything that was mentioned is included in the price of the course.
Yeah. So when you think it, just like few last words for this slide, and then we can finish. It's like
Mhm.
when you thinking about foundation program, and it's really visible in English language. It's foundation. It's something that is underneath everything, and you put everything then on top of this. So you really need really quality to keep to go for the quality when you think about the foundation program. And you know that if you want, if you if you're paying for the foundation program, it means that there should be this like some kind of harmony between the quality and the payment. That's what you need
Mhm.
to choose. And of course, if you pay a lot less, that you really think that maybe it won't be so the quality will be lower or something. So it means either you're going to pay for with this quality and you will get really weak foundation
Mhm.
for low price but really weak foundation. So everything that you will put on later on it will eventually fall down. Or most probably you will come later you will come to the foundation program, and then here in the Czech Republic you will realize that you need to pay more, a lot more money for this foundation to get this quality. So as we already mentioned, books, consultant supports and stuff like that, all these services that you need to get to the university and to study later on, you will pay for them one way or another way. Either you will pay money here or you will pay with the quality of these services. So think twice before you will choose the foundation program. So go to the
Yeah.
next slide,
Thank you.
which is
And yeah, so
yeah.
thank you so much for listening to all of that. And feel free to ask any questions. So I forgot to mention at the beginning that you can actually ask questions at on YouTube. I don't know if there are any, but
We have one
yeah.
question
Mhm.
there,
Perfect.
which is which is uh, wait a second, I will read it. From Nurali. I notified my previous education as master degree in Chvut University. Could you help me know the appropriate Czech preparatory language course? Yeah, sure. Nurali, now you see our contacts here on this slide. You see WhatsApp and you see email. So please feel free to use any of them to send us your notification documents and to ask this question again there, either on WhatsApp or on email. And we will be happy to provide you with the information about the proper foundation program for you. So this was only one question, so we don't have any questions. So I think I believe we can stop here and finish our webinar. So um, that's all, folks.
Mhm. Yeah, that's all. Thank you so much for going through all of that with us. And again, I want to repeat that you can actually contact us using our email or WhatsApp number. You can check our info point information, and you can scan the QR code to go to our website. It was really lovely to guide you through the process of choosing a foundation programs. Thank you for your question, not the singular. And yeah, we're
And bye
looking forward
bye.
to having you at our next webinars. Goodbye.